Hello friends, welcome to my channel SushantChessWise. Today I have taken a topic of attacking the uncastled king, and today we are going to discuss some techniques how we can go about approaching the king and how we should generally not worry much about sacrificing material and under what circumstances. So let's get to the position quickly. This is the position which we have in hand. It's white to play, so do try to find some moves and figure out what's going on and then try to match with the analysis that will follow. So here see, this is the position. You can see the black king really badly placed, and see the white rook is ready to attack the king from the f5. Right now the problem that white is facing is the poorly placed bishop on c1, which is not open yet, and same applies to the a1 rook. The queen on e1 is ready to jump to h4, from where it will attack the f6 spot, and we can see this bishop also very dangerous. It is eyeing the g6 square, so this g6 is a weakness over here. So white immediately thought of few moves here which we should look. See, one is qh4, other is perhaps knight taking on d5, and what white played here is the move f5. Typical pawn sacrifice, we can say. Another move which many people suggest is the sack knight e5 check. Very interesting one. After fe5 check, kg8, bg5, we can see white still has some very good compensation over here. But we cannot say the position is winning as yet. White plays this game very simply. See, he plays the move f5, not fearing the sacrifice. This f5 is hardly any sacrifice actually. I'll show you with some analysis. The first point is, if the knight takes f5, then white just first takes bishop f5, gf5. He can take this bishop on d5 as well. And now see, black is really left with a crippled pawn structure. Everything is ruined. See the king position, and he just goes with, see, queen h4, pinpointing the weak king position, and the threat is already, say, queen h5 check. So let's say kg6, then queen g3 check, king f7, and see, good move, queen h3. Now if once again kg6, then knight h4 is winning on the spot. Knight would jump to the outpost f5. After g takes f5, the game takes a similar shape. Just knight takes d5, c takes d5, and once again we can go with the move qh4. Simply white will go with qh5 and followed by recovering the pawn on f5, and white should be really doing well over here. Finally we have the move kg7, which black played in the game. He is trying to close the king side soon, but of course the king is not even safe on g7. White plays slowly with qh4. White is eyeing the soft f6 square. There is some fascinating analysis here. Firstly, if black plays g5, which I don't think anyone will do right now because the knight on f3 is already there. So after knight g5, fg, you can make out bg5 or qg5. Both are almost winning. See the devastating threat of f6 and queen h6 over here. So this is a winning position. If nb6, then there comes the bh6 check, king f7, knight e5 check. See how the brutal this attack has become after fe, fg check, king e8, and white can win in whichever way he wants. One is see bf8, rook f8, maybe g takes h7 right now, or after rook f8, king f8, rook f1, or g takes h7. Everything is winning actually, or even the move see just g7, bg7, bg7, winning on the spot. So black decides to first eliminate the knight with bf3, but then the d3 bishop is becoming even more powerful. So just see, rook takes f3, and black wanted to play g5. Had black played the move knight b6, then white had a deadly combination here. First bh6 check, king f7, and see how he is going to open the files over here. Queen f6 check. See, if we do fg instantly, then knight g6, and see the queen supports f6. So that's why first queen f6 straight away, king f6, knight e4 check. See the combination is really heating up. King f7, fg check, and see after king e8, and f6 mates, After king g6, rook f6, kh5, be2c, mate next move. After kh4, rook f4. King e6 here, and after k e6 comes c, knight c5 check. kd5, it looks a bit tricky from here because see, just there is absolutely nothing for the queen, but the very strong move, see g7, protecting this d4. d4 needs support. So see, after bg7, white is threatening to convert this with be4, kc4, and c, rook c1 check, followed by the f rook going to b3, and white will win this game. There are many instances where knight can do fork from the e6 square on the queen, and depending on where the king goes. So these kind of sacrifices are most difficult to play, especially during one's own game, because it's not at all clear whether there is a forced mate at hand. But the things are really bad over here. So let's go to the game now. In the game, black played g5. This was his idea. That is why he eliminated the knight on f3. And do try to calculate from here. It's white to play and win. Of course, white went with bg5, fg5, queen g5 check. The only worrying move to some extent is ng6, but weaker players think I will take qd8, takes, and get the knight back. Still a pawn up. But see, there is some fight going on here. So the very strong move after ng6 is, I hope you must have found by now, queen e3. The threats are many here. First is c, fg6, and second f6 followed by f7, especially if this knight goes to e7. White would win on the spot. So king f7 was played, and now comes c, queen h5 check. It's game over. There is a mate looming now. In the game, black played kg7. If king f6 was played, then the same way, ne4 check, kg7, rook g3 check, knight g6 force 10, rook takes g6. It's just game over, hg and qg6 mates. So black played kg7 in the game, and we can finish off the game in a reverse way. Now comes first rook g3 check. Same point, if knight g6, then there is of course c, rook g6 mating on the spot. And after king f8, f6, the game ended with knight e4, check and mate. So white's conduct about the attack, we can say, was very simple. He didn't throw away many pieces here. The variation with queen f6 check we saw, there were other alternatives apart from sacrificing the queen. And overall we can say the attack went very smoothly. Here the concept what white mainly used was the pawn breakthrough to open the king position. So I hope you are liking these lessons. Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.